course, we have got AFLW action coming your way in a little over a minute and a half's time. Just having a look at the lineups for both the St Kilda Football Club and the GWS Giants. For the Saints, coming in is Alice Burke and Kiara Wiley. Of course, going out is Vesley and Stewart. Their full-backs, let's have a look at their team, is Stevenson and Watson, their half-backs. Priest, Trudgeon and Jacobson. The centres, McDonald, Lambert, Guttridge, and of course their half-forwards are Wardlaw, Anderson, Kelly. Their forwards are Friend and Richards. The followers are Norda, Simpson and Smith. For the Giants, of course, coming in is Puga and Ramsdale. Going out, Huntingdale and Evans. Their full-backs, Randall and Smith. Their half-backs, Ransom, Gieson and Pearce. And of course their centres are Schrodge, Eva and Brazendale. And of course their half-forwards are Palgar, Garnett, Zrika, Goldsworthy, Mulberry, the forwards, and of course their followers are O'Dowd, Beeson and Parker. So we're not too far away from this game starting up tonight. Just under a minute's time, and we're going to take you back down to the commentators. We might actually take you back down there now, and we'll let them take over the commentary, and they'll take us into the opening bounce here of this AFLW action match. St Kilda taking on the Giants.
Ramsdale crew, they are out in force tonight. There are signs. There's a cutout of her, as you can just see there, the big Gemma screaming, and some very fresh Giants merch too that I think has just had the tags ripped off it too. So some of the merchandise outlets have done quite well in Frankston this afternoon, but fantastic story for her. Dandenong Stingrays and did her ACL a few years ago. So she's back in business and in Giants colours for the first time tonight. You'll notice the Giants with black armbands on tonight too, in tribute to Georgia Garnett's grandfather. So a lovely touch, and it should be a fantastic game. Conditions are all but perfect. A little bit of chill in the air, as is to be expected, but no wind just yet. Let's keep it that way.
Thanks very much, Lauren. Great to have you downstairs and with us tonight. Just a quick word from you, Shiloh Curtis. The Giants rushing into position here. Such a significant night for St Kilda. After 3 consecutive losses, gosh, they need the 4 points tonight.
Absolutely. If they're going to play finals, they do need to win tonight. It's a must-win clash for the Saints, but for the Giants, a bit of pride on the line. They've been thereabouts all season, probably haven't gotten the scoreboard rewards.
It's a beautiful night for footy. It's the final week of midweek footy in this 2024 NAB AFLW season. Here's Jess Webster.
Straight out of the middle of Dowd, wins the tap for the Giants to Parker. What a season she's having. Likewise, Beeson, who takes possession and is caught. And all have an early ball up. Nelda and Ruck against O'Dowd. Guttridge fires out a handball. Smith couldn't take it with her. Now under pressure, has to get rid of it. Back to Nelda. Squeezes a kick to full forward for the Saints. But Randall underneath it, wearing the long sleeves tonight, and takes an early grab in the last line of defence.
Big matchup there. Pepper Randall against Wardlaw. Randall with a risky kick, but in the end, well weighted to Beeson. The captain is in some scintillating form for her side. Put into the hammer here. Sir Hoy sweeps it to Beeson, kicks it along the wing. Big one-on-one, and in the end, well juggled mark by Simpson. The 2023 draftee in her 6th game, switching it inboard to her captain in Priest, who was set a task. Had to kick around the body. Bounce important here for Jacobson. Ran into Smith and could prove costly. The Giants on the turnover. Eva, Beeson and Parker, their star trio all linking up. Zrika in the middle of Kinetic Stadium. Kicks inside, well, just outside the 50 in the end. Crawl bounce for Garnett. Below her knees, but she was so clean at ground level. Back to Zrika. Handball wide here to Punga. Just had to try and gather and got it back to Pease in the end. Working meticulous here. Sidestep from Parker was excellent. Deep kick inside 50. Dropped on the last line of defence. Brazendale is wrapped up and the Saints can breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, you heard Cam Bernasconi before the game. Wanted a fast start from the Giants. They're inside 50 now.
Pressing early as Trudgeon takes possession, but she's going nowhere. Mickey Pauga also one of the inclusions to the Giants today, coming back from a 2-match suspension. Saints look to exit defence. Rika chops it off. Gives it to Sir Hoy. She's caught by Lambert, and that'll be holding the ball. speaking about excellent seasons, Jamie Lambert right up there for St Kilda in fine form indeed. Kicks backwards to Watson. The Giants won their first, the St Kilda rather, won their first 3 games of the season. They've dropped their next 3, and a win tonight could see them return to the top 8, and that's a really great mark out wide. Taken by Richards. And we'll work it down the broadcast wing. Wardlaw didn't get a kind bounce. Randall intercept. Will kick laterally. It's a dangerous kick. It just goes over the head of Guttridge. Beeson has some time and space. Defensive 50. Kick it out wide. Longley from Garnett, but chopping it off is Jacobson. Follow up. But, oh, she caught by Garnett, and she'll be rewarded.
That's really good defence there by the Giants. Of course, Izzy Huntington out tonight too, just with knee soreness. So there's a hole there across the half-back line. They did super well then, the Giants.
Garnett to Sirhoy. These two teams playing in their 4th AFLW meeting. The Giants winning the first 2. The Saints winning the matchup last year. Parker applying the tackle, then in comes Eva. Have you seen the role of Alicia Eva this year, playing a little bit more forward of centre?
Yeah, she just adds a lot of pace and dash and experience. Can sort of almost coach that forward line too as well. So she's been very instrumental up there this year.
Sirhoy to Beeson. And a lot of the ball early as the skipper, but the kick has been chopped off here. Richards met it first. She'll be held up in the middle of Kinetic Stadium.
It's not a bad result there for the Saints. They were outnumbered there at that contest.
Such a must-win game here for St Kilda. Parker emerged with a quick hands to Zarika. Beeson, disposal number 6 already, towards half forward. Instinct to be kind here for Mowbray, but it wasn't. It suited Watson, who's been rebounding superbly, although that went straight to Kat Smith, who kicked inside 50 towards the 2-on-1. Great contest there by Palga. It falls towards Eva. She locks the ball up inside 50. And then has the ball held to her. So the Giants have got to look at a forward 50 stoppage.
It's good work here by the Giants. Another forward 50 entry.
They win it from the stoppage, although Goldsworthy couldn't take it with her. Stevens was caught, just got a kick away. The ball will be locked up. The Giants have been slow starters on occasions throughout the year. They were against Melbourne last week, won the 3rd and 4th quarter, but went down by 16 points. So they'll want a strong start here against St Kilda. Pauga was caught, stripped to the footy. The umpire called play on. O'Dowd. Nalda squeezes the kick forward to a contest. Couple of Saints players go down. Wardlaw looks sore. Beeson scrubs it forward for the Giants. Through the hands of Jacobson. Stevens is there. Gets the handball out, but straight to O'Dowd. Looping handball over the top to Pauga. The first shot on goal. It's just missing to the left-hand side.
This is a really good start by the Giants. They're getting the ball forward and they're keeping it inside 50. Great forward pressure.
There's that look. It was Anderson and Wardlaw colliding. Wardlaw up at her feet, and she's around half forward and competing here for the footy. Brought the ball to ground in the end. The ball spills wide to Kelly. Goes round the body. The Giants have done well to lock the ball up in their forward half here. Smith with the intercept and a superb kick to Eva. Good ball movement. Promising early signs here for Cam Bernasconi's side. Eva assesses her options, drops it into the hot spot, standing in the way in the end. McDonald couldn't quite grab it cleanly. Zarika gave it away though to Kelly. Saints defence under siege early. Hand pass comes out way to Lambert, tackled by Beeson but tackled high. And Lambert can relieve.
Quick to move it on to the wing. Richards, defensive side of halfway. Spear it down a line. It just bounces in front of Smith. Let's get around Parker. Shares it with Plain. And they work that out nicely. Plain can kick St Kilda inside forward 50. Guttridge trying to keep it alive, close to the line, and it goes through for a rushed behind.
Zarika did pretty well in the end not to interfere illegally and forced the minor score. 4 inside 50s to 2 in favour of the Giants early stages.
And that's one of the challenges of the Giants. They get lots of inside 50 footy, but their conversion rate needs some work.
That kick fell well short of its intended target. Lambert thought about Wardlaw, pulled the trigger with an awesome kick inside 50. That is the skill of Jamie Lambert on display. And what a moment here for Guttridge in her 50th AFLW game.
I love the forward craft there by the St Kilda forwards. Just really lovely setup and structure. Great movement. They had a few options on, and the runway opened up for Guttridge to lead up into, took the chest mark. 3 games for Collingwood back in 2019, but has been part of the Saints, a mainstay since the club's early days. On the left, that is a sweet goal in the milestone game for Darcy Guttridge. Well, a really good result there by St Kilda. Super efficient. Their ball used to track from defence to forward. Nice long kicking, making sure they're getting marks in the forward half, and then really valuing her possession by having good structure up forward, great movement in the forward line, really nice connection and running patterns between them all, and they're able to spot up a loose player in Guttridge as she led up at the kicker, and yeah, beautiful finish there. Lovely pass there, also from Jamie Lambert. Lovely connection between them.
Well, what a way to kickstart your 50th AFLW game. Darcy Guttridge, a product of the Gippsland Power, the former Pie, and gets us underway here in Frankston with the opening goal of the game. Almost against the flow of play a little bit. The Giants have had some forward territory as Goldsworthy pumps them into attack again. Underneath it, though, is Watson. Pokes the kick out wide. McDonald has some work to do. Takes on Parker and gets around her. Kicks it long down the line, just over the head of Wardlaw. Battling against the first gamer and Ramsdale, who goes in hard and wins the footy to Davis, and also wins a free kick. So a nice early touch for the youngster.
And that's where the Giants probably lack a sort of a lead-up marking, tall, dominant forward like a Wardlaw. When they go inside like that, they've got a legitimate target up there.
Kicks the turnover, playing underneath it for the Saints.
And instead of having a marking target, the Saints have got the footy in their forward half now.
She'll bomb it long to a packet half forward. Wardlaw in front position, couldn't bring it down. Parker sends it back the other way. And Priest used the body well against Goldsworthy.
Looks to move it quickly, the Saints skipper. So she's turned it over, and the roar around Kinetic Stadium for the intercept mark for Ramsdale. We heard from Lauren Wood pre-game, a rather large contingent of Ramsdale fans in the house. There they are. I reckon the number 35 merchandise badges already sold out well before the opening ball up. Great scenes, great moment for her. Not a great kick from the Giants. Gaffney's kick's been turned over. Stevens gives another reason to cheer for the Giants and Ramsdale fans. It was touched off the boot, so no clean intercept mark. She's involved again, the local product. And will be a ball up. That cutout getting a lot of airtime tonight, and rightly so. Free kick out of the ruck. It's going to be going the way of the Giants, but this is the challenge, because the Saints do seem quite well set up behind the ball shot at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's where they struggled last week too against Melbourne. It was this kick coming outside of the defensive 50 where they just turned the footy over.
Cool.
As Anderson chops it off, forcing Kilda, pumps into full forward. Wardlaw with the fly, and the mark is paid. When she's in full flight, Jessie Wardlaw, she's a sight to behold.
It's a wonderful athlete, just coming across that pack there, floating up, so strong.
So it is for 2 in a row to the Saints. Jessie Wardlaw has kicked 6 goals so far this year. She comes in and pumps it through. St Kilda have a couple.
Well, the Giants have done a lot of work in their forward half, haven't been able to capitalise, but it's been the long kicking of St Kilda to be able to transition the ball from defence to offence, and just that connection with their forwards from the midfield. Just lovely work. Couple of marks inside 50 have netted them a couple of goals now. Just really nice structure. St Kilda know what they're playing for, and that's a spot in the 8 they need to win tonight if they're going to get there.
Saints out to an early 2-goal lead as we head down boundary side to Lauren Wood.
The Saints might have had all the action on the scoreboard, guys, but plenty of noise down here from the Giants. Very healthy crowd at Kinetic Stadium, of course, led by the Ramsdale clan, who you've mentioned a few times. Her parents, Ricky and Shona, well and truly leading the charge. Believe her father and grandfather both played footy here, so their roots run deep on this ground, that's for sure.
That's a great story. What a ground that is to make your debut here at Kinetic Stadium. So Giants get another inside 50. Umpire blowing the whistle. It's going to be a St Kilda free kick. Guttridge working back into defence.
Again, GWS won the centre clearance through Goldsworthy. Just that tall target there, that centre half forward position.
Guttridge went short. Just dropped on that occasion by Burke. Zarika one-on-one here with Priest, trying to rip it away. This is Zarika.
And of course the Giants tonight without a couple of tools. Carney Evans is laid out and Izzy Huntington rested.
St Kilda coach Nick Del Santo watching on as Wiley, the first game for St Kilda. Great first kick there, and they are off and running, and it's in good hands. Smith has the handball over the top. Well played in the end of Boyd. Back to Tiana Smith, a young gun on full display in fabulous Frankston. Take him out, Tiana Smith.
Well, St Kilda just again having to do the work from the back half of the ground, but how they've been able to move the ball from defence to offence. I feel like I'm going to break a record. Just that beautiful ball movement and just the connection again through the middle of the ground. Tiana Smith, just lovely ball use by hand and then chews the grass up. She knows she's got space ahead of her. She did all the work to give herself some separation, bought herself some time, steadies up, finishes beautifully.
An incredible goal from one of the young guns of this St Kilda lineup. So just 21 years of age, and that was Tiana Smith on full display. And 3 goals already to St Kilda. The Giants lead the inside 50 count 7-6, but haven't been able to get reward on the scoreboard, and it has been a familiar storyline for them this season, Shay. And it's going to be a free kick for holding the ball going the way of the Saints in the middle.
The Giants have had plus 10 disposals. They've had more of the footy, just haven't been able to convert.
Smith to Fieldler. Smith kept running. Directs the kick up to half forward in the Wardlaw direction. Knocked away from her. Goldsworthy. A long way from home, but beautiful delivery to Garnett on the wing. Doesn't have a lot to kick to up ahead. Shoots it down the line and has turned it over to Trudgeon, who's quick to look inboard. To Watson, who can continue switching it to Stevens at centre half back, and now off to Simpson. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the opening term. Beautiful night here at Frankston. And that ball is out of play, and we're going to have a throw in on the wing. Great crowd in here tonight at the moment. No real wind to speak of, which is certainly unique for this part of town, but it's a beautiful night for footy, and great to see the fans have come along to celebrate the AFLW and, of course, the AFLW Pride Round.
Still a bit chilly, Jess, to say the least, in Frankston tonight. Great to be here as Lambert, nice and cool, how about the sidestep there, and then linking up out of stoppage superbly. Simpson inside 50, Wardlaw has to beat 2, Garnett's got back. Started as a defender. There's a bit of holding happening, and it's going to be going back to the Giants. Garnett started her AFLW career in the defensive arc. It's turned into a pretty consistent goal kicker for the Giants in the past couple of seasons.
Marks from turnover have been a real problem here for the Giants. St Kilda have taken 8 marks from the opposition. So the Giants just need to be a little bit more cautious with how they dispose of footy by foot in the back half of the ground.
Just haven't been able to generate that same speed compared to what the Saints have. Surhoy's called a play on that's going to be not 15 metres, so Smith has to rush the kick. And in the end, Surhoy's done well to mark strongly, Brasendale rather, to mark strongly. It might open up here for the Giants. Dangerous kick into the middle. Parker was up to it though. Fiedler just overcommitted slightly. So 2.5 left in this first quarter. Methodical build-up. The Giants have barely gone 20 metres forward in the past minute. Wardlaw didn't give away the free kick, or did she? Late whistle. Miranda will rebound here for the Giants. Just over the 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Down the line looking for Bradfield, couldn't complete the mark. Eva. Now O'Dowd is wrapped up and going nowhere.
Well, for all of those possessions, they've just breached the halfway mark of the ground, the Giants. They've owned the footy for the last minute or so.
So see Bianca Jacobson getting some work done on the bench. Get Lauren Wood to keep her eye over that. Lambert from the stoppage sends the Kilda into attack, but it's chopped off by Grierson. Put Pease under pressure with the handball. Has to get rid of it. Now Smith is over the top of it, and we will have a ball up. St Kilda playing their their second game here at Frankston. The Giants have never played here at this venue before. Parker brought to ground, but it's coming back inside 50 for the Saints. A long high kick towards full forward. It gets out the back, but it's close to the line, and now it's over and out.
Inside 50s this quarter. 9-7 in favour of St Kilda. Of course, the Giants had 3 before St Kilda got 1.
Danger here for the Giants' defence. Wardlaw loves to grab the ball out of the ruck. Playing guides Ramsdale over the boundary line. We saw a terrific Jessie Wardlaw goal in the first round. There she's on screen, grabbing the ball out of the ruck against the Gold Coast Suns with ease. She got that in her trick bag tonight. She's doing the ruck work against Randall. She grabs it, can't get boot to ball. She did get boot to ball. Giants desperate on the last line defence. Smith to Garnett, hacks it out. Dangerous kick. Defensive spoil from Trudgeon, sends it over the line. Former Blue.
Terrific forward pressure here by St Kilda. Trapping it inside 50. Giants really struggling to get out of the defensive 50.
Fiedler will do the ruck work this time for St Kilda. A holding free kick coming back to St Kilda. Going against O'Dowd. So Emily Fiedler. Injury replacement player for Beth Pynchon this year, who ruptured her ACL during the pre-season. Here's a look at the replay. Just that jumper hole with the left hand of O'Dowd. Fiedler has a real good look at the goal scare there, but swings it out to the left. 3 goals 2-1 behind for all the Giants' disposal dominance and at times territory dominance in this quarter. They still trail by 19 points and not the start that Cam Bernasconi was after.
Randall from the kick and looking for Grierson, but chopped off by McDonald, who sends it over the line and gives St Kilda another stoppage inside forward 50.
It's those contested moments there by the Giants, those little marks that they need to hold on to, particularly in their back half of the ground, just letting the St Kilda forwards impact.
O'Dowd traps it from the throw-in, gives it to Beck Beeson, a hurried wobbly kick outside the danger zone. Eva tried the fend off. Umpire calls play on. They scrap for it in the middle. As the seconds tick down towards quarter time. And Eva's happy to accept the footy to her chest. A dominant first quarter by St Kilda has given coach Cam Bernasconi for the Giants something to think about at quarter time. St Kilda has started in hot fashion here at Frankston. At quarter time, they'll take a 19-point lead into the first break. 3-2-20 leading the GWS Giants, 1 behind.
All right, quarter time down here at Kinetic Stadium in Frankston. I'll tell you what, it's a gorgeous night for football tonight. Not a breath of wind that I can see down there, which is unusual, especially since it's right next to the sea. Normally you get that bit of a breeze up there and, you have a slight favouritism to one end. But it's the Saints looking good so far in the opening quarter, 3-2-20. The Giants 1 behind 1. There we go. The Giants started out reasonably well, got it down to their forward 50 reasonably quick, But then that was about it. St Kilda took over there from about a third of the way through that first quarter, and they're getting great run off the back half. St Kilda, they got the link up, the chain working fantastic, and they got a lot of run down the wing, finding their targets, and bang, slotting it through for 3 nice goals so far in the opening quarter. So I want to welcome everyone into the live chat as we listen to this game. Of course, Ryan, how you going, Squire? Mr. T, what's going on, brother? Joe Blow. And I tell you what, it must be nice having a little bit of a rest from all that sailing. Santa all. All right, good to hear you doing well, though. Good to hear you going well. Thanks for the Everyday Legend coming to member again, rejoining. Appreciate that, Good stuff. Ryan's good there. Fantastic. Probably had your walk today. I was out today, so I didn't get to see much around YT today. Let's have a look at the player stats. And of course, leading the way out there is Rebecca Beeson with 8 disposals for the Giants, 6 kicks, 2 handballs. She's had a mark and a tackle. We'll just run down there. Pretty even spread across the board. 3 players on 7, all from the Giants. Zreka, Zorj, and Parker. The best for the Saints, Tanya Smith and Jamie Lambert, both on 6. We'll just roll this down the board. Check out your player. See what stats they've got, how they're performing. And then we'll go and have a look at the goal scorers, maybe some team stats. But I tell you what, St Kilda look like they are on song tonight in this game. They're certainly come out to play. And we'll just have a little bit of a look at where these 2 teams are sitting on the ladder. I might be able to just bring that across in a second. Let's just have a look at the goal scorers first. Of course, we've got 3 single goal scorers there, no multiple goal scorers. Jessie Wardlaw, Tanya Smith and Darcy Guttridge, all from St Kilda, all snaring a goal. We'll have a look at the team stats in just a moment. Let me just bring this ladder in and we will show you where these 2 teams sit. All right, so St Kilda, they are sitting 10th on the ladder, 1 game outside of the top 8. And of course, if St Kilda go on to win this match tonight, they will leapfrog into, I would suggest, into 7th spot above Essendon, being that their percentage is pretty much the same. I think with a couple of goal win to the Saints, they'll definitely leapfrog up to 7th. The GWS Giants, of course, St Kilda have played 6 so far, 3 wins, 3 losses, 103.2 is their percentage, 50-50 on the win-loss count. But for the GWS Giants, they've played 6. They've only had 1 win for their season so far. 4 losses and a draw, of course. They desperately need this win to stay in contention with any possible chance of finals. If they can win this game tonight, believe it or not, they'll jump from 16th all the way up to 11th above Geelong. And then they will be, well, a game and a half out, which is still going to be a little bit hard. But they definitely do need to win this game. But the way it's going so far, it looks like St Kilda might take this game. But we're only a quarter in. There we go. Hey, Harvey, how you going? Welcome in. Welcome in. They're not showing the game on 7. There we go. You've got to have KO. Got to have KO. All right, so the team stats. Let me just try and reload this because the team, there we are. Now it's loaded up. The team stats for the first quarter, as the girls are just about ready to go back to their positions. It's the Giants by 15 in disposals overall. And, of course, they're trying the handball. 15-32 Giants' favour, but the handball link-ups between St Kilda have been very valuable, the ones that they've actually given. 9-7 the inside 50s, both teams getting the opportunity. 5 scoring shots for the Saints out of their 9 inside 50s. That is fantastic going. Whereas the Giants, well, they're struggling up there a little bit. Just the 1 scoring shot for 7 inside 50s. 5 free kicks apiece. St Kilda, of course, leading the hit-outs by 4. 2 in the centre clearance, in the clearances. All right, let's go down to the St Kilda coach, and then we'll head into the second quarter.
I was really pleased. I mean, there's been a lot of people speaking about our inability to score, so it's probably nice to be able to score a couple in that first quarter. We're well aware we've got a lot of work to do. I mean, the Giants are a good team. They had some momentum early, which I thought we were able just to minimise for a period of time, but we expect their very best, and I think they'll be able to get a little bit more tougher around the football, because I thought it was pretty much 50-50, but we're on red alert at the moment.
Nice little whack to the haters. Get back up there to the
No,
box.
it's not about that, but we are trying to score, I promise you that, so it's nice to get a few.
Awesome. Hopefully you can score some more. Good luck.
That'd be good, thanks.
Well, it is St Kilda's second best first quarter of the season so far after 4 goals against the Suns in round 1. They've got a 19-point lead here at Kinetic Stadium.
O'Dowd with the first tap of the second quarter, straight to Zali Goldsworthy. He couldn't take it with her. Parker picks it up and she's wrapped up immediately.
Again, the Giants just getting first hands to the football at the centre bounces, just not able to get it forward.
And again, we're going to see another repeat stoppage in the middle in that first quarter. Jamie Lambert, Tiana Smith, 6 disposals each for the Saints. Beck Beeson with 8 disposals for the Giants, leading disposal winner on the ground at the moment. Here's Parker off to O'Dowd. Look out, caught by Richards. Umpire called play on. Servo picks it up, gives it to Parker. Now off to Ransom. They're trying to get some link up going here at half forward, the Giants, but they've turned it over, although Smith couldn't find a target by hand. Parker picks it up, gives it to O'Dowd. Here's an opportunity. Mickey Powger from 45 bangs it long to the teeth of goal. The bounce, though, is away to the right, and we'll have a forward 50 stoppage.
Again, we sort of feel like this is a fascinating decision. They're lucky to get away with that, the Giants, but just that overlap handball, maybe 1 or 2 too many handballs before they look to go forward.
Boundary throw in here. Good opportunity for the Giants to get their first goal. Goldsworthy from the pockets. Can't bring the Giants fans to their feet. Always lurking dangerously. Consistent goal kicker for the Giants, but she can't get the first here. It's an 18-point lead for St Kilda. Through the hands of that occasion on Nalda. We'll kick off the ground, works though to Lambert. She works it along the wing. Well trapped in the end by Grierson, who pumps it forward inside 50, well away from Garnett, and unfortunately went out of bounds just before the arc. So last touch free kick, and Jacobson can relieve here for the Saints.
Spent some time on the bench in that first quarter, but all looks okay for Jacobson. Sends it to a contest on the wing. Serhoy in front position, could have come down with it, and Lambert off to Kelly. Hurry kick down the line. Wardlaw against Randall. Anderson tackles her to the ground and she was held, so a free kick to Pepper Randall.
It's good here by the Giants. They're first to the footy a number of times, so they're getting sort of the rub of the umpire's whistle here.
Gives it off to Grierson. Kicks it to a contest in the middle. Trudgeon attacked it hard. Goes after it again. Tackled to the turf by Serhoy. Umpire calls play on. They still scrap for it on the edge of the centre square. There's a push and all of that. And it's going to be a free kick going to Jamie Lambert.
And Brodie Mowbray just getting into the back there of the Saints star. Coming off the disposal number 9, Jamie Lambert, already the 3 clearances. Towards Wardlaw. Off hands though, Beeson was able to crumb it. Ball trickles in the middle. Lambert just fumbled at the wrong time, but so good on the second effort. Then the feign was superb. What a player, what a kick.
They had 3 players then.
To Wardlaw. Inside 50. The Giants have struggled all night in this spot, but Grierson stands tall and plucks a terrific mark.
That's an excellent contested mark by Grierson.
Of course, no Easy Huntington in the side today, so Grierson will have to play an important role in that back 6. This is Pease, short to Zrika. Keep looking for power, gets chopped off by McDonald. Donald kicks inside the arc. Smith with the spoil, down to Zrika. Over the top of her is Simpson, ball locked up.
Excellent work by Kat Smith then. Had to leave her player to impact the contest. Got the fist in. Defensive spoil, ball spilled free.
Down to Nalda and Ruck. Down to Pease, who read it beautifully. Kick those a turnover. And a Priest at centre half forward can look to send St Kilda back into attack. We'll just pump it long to a dangerous position. Wardlaw will jump at it and take another great mark. The goal in the opening quarter. Now can have a look at her second.
Well, there's another inside 50 that's come off a turnover from a dump kick by the Giants exiting their D50. Just need to be smarter, just respect their possession more, try and keep it in the Giants' hands rather than just dump it outside 50.
Can she complete her good work here, Jessie Wardlaw? On the approach. Kick is on its way. And Wardlaw's cooking inside 50 for the Saints. She's got two.
Well, again, the Giants doing a lot of work through the middle of the ground and just getting numbers to the contest, but just turning it over just with some poor kicking. And the Saints are making them pay a number of marks from turnovers from them. And then once they get it, just spotting up the value of having a really dangerous lead up, tall, strong marking forward in Wardlaw. There's not much she can't do, Wardlaw. She's so dangerous and she can finish beautifully.
And that was from another intercept mark as well, Shiloh Curtis, and that stat is starting to get out of hand at the moment for the GWS Giants because the Saints have taken 10 just to the Giants' 4 intercept marks.
And that's the equivalent, Ben, of just walking up to your opponent and going, here's the football, take it back.
And a Priest, there's a couple of those as well. Here's an opportunity out of the middle. Beeson with another clearance. It's caught in 2 minds to go by a hand or foot. Dumps it forward and it works out for Mowbray. Open 50 here for Garnett to work with, but at another intercept mark for the Saints tally. Trudgeon stands tall. Ball set up a long time, but McDonald was up to the task and plucks it cleanly.
It's good work there by Zarika. Couldn't get the fist to the footy, so some body contact just couldn't affect this mark.
Towards the rucks there in Davis and Nalda, all held to Pease.
A lot of those intercept marks, Ben, too, are just off the back of hurried kicks.
Yep.
Probably when the Giants have got more time. Sometimes I feel like they're trying to play too quick.
Clever handball from Lambert on that occasion out to Simpson, and Wardlaw is giving Randall some headaches, although Smith did well off the drop mark. Big fly over the top. Lambert pounces on it and is caught high by Zarika. And will come back to take her free kick.
Coming up for disposal number 12, Jamie Lambert. 10 of those contested, 5 tackles, couple inside 50s. Putting together a nice game so far. Short to Watson. It's been so important to this St Kilda backline since crossing from the Suns. Kicks long down the line. Nalda in the contest. Couldn't bring it down. Parker head over the footy. McDonald also has a play out. It's Zarika over the top of her.
Zarika's had 8 disposals tonight already.
Both rucks go to ground. The umpire says, play on. Parker emerges with it. Handball's inboard. Brasendale goes for a run over the top to Eva. Pokes the kick inside forward 50, bouncing footy. Gets past Mowbray Stevens. Handball over her head to Trudgeon. Now they can link up by hand. Burke back into the lineup tonight to a contest on the wing. Richards from behind. Kelly off to Guttridge. Saints work it down the line. Gets out to Wardlaw. Is tackled immediately by Randall. Umpire's having a good look at it and is going to ping her for holding the ball.
She argues her case. Jessie Wardlaw thought she was a bit stiff. Randall receives. Interesting squaring kick to Beeson.
Good awareness by Beeson, then let up at the ball, just knew the contact was coming.
Every player on the ground, though, in front of Beck Beeson now. Calls for movement up ahead. Into the middle. It's a risky kick. Priest came the other way, couldn't quite grab it cleanly. Then got it forward. Giants able to win it back, though. Jacobson. Was she taken without the footy? Umpire said play on. Falls to Mowbray here. Just gets boot to ball. Dribbles it inside 50. Goldsworthy, one-on-one with Stevens. Great matchup, that one. The young gun up against a player with so much experience, all Australian, best and fairest winner. It'll be a great matchup to watch right throughout the night.
Fans enjoying Tuesday night footy here in Frankston. Bit chilly for October for mine, but
says the Queenslander.
Very lucky the Frankston wind is not here tonight. It's very still, uncharacteristically so.
Counting my blessings, I think.
We are double jacketed, Jess.
Meanwhile, from the stoppage, Simpson was caught by Goldsworthy, and it's going to be a free kick for too high. So, let off there. And it's going to be 50, so I think there was something happening off the ball. Wiley went to ground the first gamer, and a bit of push and shove out there, so tension's rising here at Frankston. 50-metre penalty against the Giants. Simpson sends it long. Guttridge on a long lead. Can wheel and go. Sends it in the Friend direction. Smith broke it up. Friend head over the footy. Gets out to Smith. Down the line. And it's going to be a lasso free kick. And St Kilda can reload at half forward.
Well on top of the Giants. Impressive display so far from Nick Del Santo's side. Kelly sees a pretty congested forward 50. That's going to be hugging the boundary line. The target on that occasion was Richards. Now will be tossed back in. Ash Richards having another good season. Last time the two sides met, Richards kicked a couple of goals from 11 touches. Big day out for a lot of St Kilda players, including Wardlaw, who kicked 2 goals that day too. Now they're doing the ruck. Almost a falcon there for Randall, I reckon. Kelly hurried the ball forward. Big pack mark from Richards. Sticky hands on display.
Just out-muscled, outsized.
Great win there from Ash Richards. Last season won the award for St Kilda's best emerging player. Kicked the 5 goals, including 2 in that huge upset win over the Brisbane Lions. Signed until the end of 2025. Steers at home superbly. The Saints are hot tonight.
Well, another mark inside 50 for St Kilda, just so clean coming inside, and another good contested mark too, just out-bodying, more size, more strength, but to rein that mark in, and then the ability to finish, just so important, and the Saints just so accurate tonight. 5 goals too, just been fantastic inside 50. Great team game across the forward half.
Well, it's a must-win game for St Kilda if they want to play finals in season 2024, and they've certainly come to play tonight. They have a 30-point lead in this second quarter, and some work for the Giants to do. Goldsworthy to Parker out of the middle, sends it high towards half forward off hands. Coming through Doyle. Couple of efforts. Garnett laying a tackle. And we'll have a ball up.
And again, another centre clearance going the Giants' way. And then St Kilda are doing all the work from about this point forward.
See what they can manufacture here up forward. The Giants. Pauga going nowhere. Umpire calls play on. Zrika back to Pauga. Brought to ground again by Simpson. And we'll do it all again inside 50 for GWS. Coming off a 16-point loss to Melbourne, where they were slow starters and came home strong, just couldn't get over the line. Slow starters again here tonight. This ball close to the line, kept alive. Zrika though, pushing Watson over the boundary line.
5.5 left in this second quarter. Giants still searching for their first major of the game. Cam Bernasconi told Lauren Wood just before the opening ball up, he wanted a fast start. 2 behinds just before halftime is not what he was after. Goldsworthy, can she deliver? She had a decent look there, and that's just nicked the behind post, so it will be a boundary throw-in. She was lurking dangerously from the forward 50 stoppage, so St Kilda will have to be on their guard here.
Gee, she'd done all the work too, hadn't she?
I don't think the Rucks had realised that it'd be a boundary throw-in, so they have to rush back inside 50. Parker try to emerge from it. Here's Goldsworthy again. Tackled by Priest, no free kick. And hurried out by the Saints, only as far as Ramsdale.
I like her composure behind the footy. Just seems really calm.
And she hit the kick. Put on the pump now. Pops it up towards the hot spot. Zrika waiting at ground level. Parker there as well. Big win there from McDonald. Great win from McDonald in the end. Emerges with it. Kicks towards Anderson. In front though is Pease. Randall arrives to lend support. Ramsdale again trying to outnumber the Saints. It's to neutral territory.
So again, the Giants have gone inside 50 and haven't been able to convert again. Ball's come out.
In the stoppage, Parker, Smith Trying to get the hands out and does so to Lambert. Over the top to Guttridge. Get the opening goal tonight in a 50th AFLW game. Sends St Kilda to half-forward. Friend in the contest. A couple of bites as call play on. This ball will be locked up at half-forward. What do you reckon, Shy? Once, Grierson did get a little hand in there. What do you think?
Yeah, nil all draw.
Okay. We go again. Beeson on her hands and knees. Ripped off the footy. Guttridge can't break free. 3.5 to play in this second quarter with St Kilda by 19 at quarter time. They kicked 3 goals in the opening quarter and have the only 2 of this second term as they look to get back on the winners list. Bursting through the stoppage is Guttridge. Sends it in the Wardlaw direction. Randall in front, knocks it down. But a chance for Boyd to give it to Lambert. She was tackled as she kicked it, and that ball is effective as it dribbles out of play.
But importantly, the ball tracks deep inside 30, so they've got a stoppage, St Kilda, within striking range.
Simpson just in a little bit of discomfort on the bench, having a left hand attended to. Now what can the Saints do? Wardlaw couldn't quite grab it. Don't argue from Parker. Smith tried to win it as well. Coming through, Beeson wanted it more than anyone else. Just got a handball away. Plain fumbled at the wrong time. Ramsdale slung off it by Plain. Free kick, holding the ball. And a big opportunity for Nat Plain. 46th goal, 46th game rather in her AFLW career. Not a noted goal kicker. Do remember when she kicked the goal for Carlton, she brought out the aeroplane celebration. Keep your eyes on Nat Plain if she drills this. Well off to the right, maybe it was a pass in the end, all part of the plan. Boyd was at the fall of the ball, sucked it off the ground by Anderson. Holy Genovi, she's got it.
Well, another goal there to St Kilda, just simply through pressure at the contest, pressure at the Giants. Every time St Kilda has gone inside 50, they have not given that ball up easily. They have worked and hunted to win that football back. You can see there the outnumber in the contest there, creating chaos. Giants go to ground, Saints keep their feet, and they get another one.
Xiaomi Anderson gets her first goal of the night. St Kilda with their 6th. They're absolutely dominating the Giants here in Frankston. 2 minutes left in the opening half. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, and so far doing it in style. Back in the middle we go. Goldsworthy and Smith. A couple of young guns going at it there. Beeson is caught. It's a free kick to St Kilda.
It's interesting there by Beeson just holding it up, not trying to tuck it in, just showing the umpire that she still had it in her hands and not getting rid of it at all.
Lambert has been dominant tonight, has to get around Beeson. Flares the kick out wide to Watson. Has an option short. Burke laid out last week due to illness. Shoots it down the line for Grace Kelly. 90 seconds to play here in the second term. Plenty of numbers up ahead for Kelly. She'll just have to kick to a contest and hope the Flyers can come. Wardlaw hands to it. Couldn't come down with it. Lambert, just a flying hand pass into space. Goes in again, does Jamie Lambert. Just found her boot, picked up by Randall, and then she's going nowhere.
Jamie Lambert has been so clean at ground level tonight. She lurks dangerously from this stoppage, as does Smith, but she's not escaping the grasp there of Sirhoy.
Lambert 10 disposals this quarter.
Smith from the stoppage. Hand pass it out wide to Kelly, who centres it. It's a good kick just over the head there of Wardlaw. Beeson arrives to lend support. Ramsdale kicks it away. Goldsworthy the target. But it's all St Kilda at ground level. Kelly waiting to receive on the outside, then went inside and tried to win it. Big tackle applied there by Fiedler. Kelly arrives as well with 30 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Umpire wasting no time. Giants desperately trying to not concede another St Kilda major. Wiley, nice hand pass back to Priest, who struck the tackle, then put her head over the footy there with Parker. Fiedler goes again. Goldsworthy applies the tackle. St Kilda need a quick clearance here. Fiedler retreats to Smith, who emerges. She's already kicked one superb goal. On the bounce. Don't tell me she'll do it again. Right to the line. It's just off to the right. What an exciting start is Tiana Smith. And what a first half performance from St Kilda. 6-3-39 the Saints to the Giants. 2 behinds. Jesse Wardlaw with a couple of goals. Has been doing a lot of damage, but there is a lot for Alicia Eva and the Giants to think about Charlotte Curtis at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting body language there by the Giants, just getting together, trying to regroup, just trying to compose, get themselves a little bit calm, bring them all in together. They've had a really hard first half. They've won a lot of footy, just not at the end of the ground. They need to win.
Nicola Stevens is downstairs with Lauren Wood.
She certainly is, Ben. Nick, we crossed paths pre-game and said it would be a beautiful night for footy. It's even more beautiful with a nearly 7-goal lead there with T. Smith. It must be nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for footy. Probably don't need your coat this evening, but it's a good position to be in going in at halftime. We've seen some really electric ball movement, but today's all about trust and looking after each other on the field, so it's a good position to be in.
There's obviously so much to play for with potentially a top 8 spot within reach. What do you need to see more of in the second half?
Yeah, look, it's pretty tight competition at the moment, playing a few games across the week and across the next 10 days. So just win the ball at the source, good physicality. They're going to throw everything at us the second half. They're a good team. Hopefully keep it on our terms.
Got to keep this coat on. It is still a little bit chilly, but you get in there, keep warm, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Ta.
Nicola Stevens with Lauren Wood. It's halftime here at Frankston. St Kilda holding a 37-point lead. Analysis on the other side of this.
All right, we'll get back to them with their analysis when they return from their break. Annie, welcome in. Addie G, Paul, what's going on, everybody? Ebony, here you go. I think I might have to leave Chiang Mai for a while. The tap water is brown. I have felt sick. Yeah, just get on the bottled water. Bottled water. That's the way. That's all I ever drunk when I was in Thailand, bottled water. So, I think, I don't know, most people, that's all they drink there, but I don't know. If you used to drink the tap water, it mustn't be too bad then. My gosh, yeah, get on the nice clean tap water. There we go. Well, I tell you what, folks. The Saints, they put on 3 goals, 1 in that second term. The Giants, they doubled their own score. Now from 1 to 2 points, only 1 behind. Saints just looking so good here. They're looking really good. They were saying the Giants, they're slow starters. They can come from behind. They usually make a late run. But I tell you what, folks, 37 points. That is a fair margin in AFLW football. Maybe in AFL, that's not too bad. That could be pegged back within a quarter. But for the girls, because they just don't move the ball as quick or kick the ball as long, it just takes a little bit extra. And of course, their shorters are a little bit shorter. Their quarters are a little bit shorter. There we go. Oh, okay, brush your teeth with the tap water and a cup of tea. Oh, yeah, boil the water. Whoop. I hit 1.18k mark last night. Good stuff, Annie. Good stuff. Here we go. Let's go and have a look at the disposal count. Who's leading the way? Of course, Jamie Lambert now. She's flowing up on the top disposal getter on the ground for the Saints. 16 disposals. That's pretty good in anyone's form. 16 disposals and a half is good stuff. 10 kicks, 6 handballs, 1 mark, 6 tackles. Any favourite players out of these 2 teams, Paul, for you, out of St Kilda or GWS Giants? Alice Parker there and Rebecca Beeson top the table there for the Giants, both on 14. We just roll down the board. Darcy Guttridge there, 7 possessions, 6 kicks, 1 handball. She's kicked a nice sausage roll there. There we go. Molly McDonald just with a 5 for the Saints. Few there with just a few possessions. I'm sure they'll work into the match coming up in the second half. But the Saints do look promising in the opening half. I'm pretty sure they'll all be quite happy the way their game plan is going. I do like it. I definitely do like it when the girls, they take a mark, etc., and they take the play on. They take a bounce. They don't just go back and stop and wait for everyone to, fall back into line, get into position, get their positions covered, etc. like that. I do like it when the fast play is on, and that is when St Kilda has looked at their most dangerous this evening. The goal scorers, the only multiple goal scorer on the ground tonight, of course, is from St Kilda, and that's Jessie Wardlaw. She looks good. She looks strong. She looks a great target up there. 4 disposals, all kicks, 4 kicks. She's had 3 marks, so she's grabbing the ball well. That's why they're spotting her up when they go inside 50. 2 goals to her. Tania Smith, Ashley Richards, Darcy Guttridge and Janome Anderson, all other single goal scorers there for the mighty St Kilda. We might as well have a look at the AFLW fantasy points. If you play that game, we'll give you a little bit of a look as well. Jamie Lambert there was 74. 59 Tania Smith, Alice Parker 56, and the rest under that. All right, let's just get back down to the commentators and they'll give us a little bit of their analysis in the opening half.
As we head into the business end of season 2024. Jessie Wardlaw with a couple of goals for St Kilda. The Giants have some work to do at halftime. Jess Webster and Charlotte Curtis with you in commentary. As we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse halftime highlights, that GWS had some ascendancy in the first quarter, couldn't get the reward on the scoreboard, and St Kilda just made them pay time and time again.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably the part of the ground that the Giants were strongest in was just the ability to win the centre bounce, the centre clearances, and were able to propel the ball forward. But when they went inside, St Kilda were able to intercept and just put lots and lots of pressure on the Giants. Were able to reverse the pattern and bring the footy all the way down with some really lovely, accurate, long kicking. And then that connection between their mids and their forwards, just getting some marks inside 50 like that from Jessie Wardlaw. And then their ability to finish, the accuracy tonight, Jess, from St Kilda. 6 goals, 3 they've kicked. Very lovely kicking and straight shooting from them.
Yeah, Wardlaw with a couple of marks. Tiana Smith with a goal of the year contender. They're doing everything right. St Kilda tonight as they lead by 37 at halftime of play. Key to their fortunes tonight and key to their fortunes this season, really. Jamie Lambert, a 4-time Best and Fairest winner, 2-time All-Australian. She's got 15 disposals to halftime shy. Her best this season is 22 disposals. She's on track for arguably her best game of the season. She's been absolutely terrific for the Saints.
Yeah, and the Saints know that it's something really important to play for, and that this 10 doesn't go into 8, Jess, and that's where they're sitting on the ladder. So they've got to climb it and try and get in the 8. And Jamie Lambert is a woman on fire tonight. She is on a mission.
Absolutely. The whole St Kilda team is on a mission tonight. They want to play finals in season 2024. The Giants at halftime have some work to do. Cam Bernasconi on screen there giving off the messages to his players. Plenty more action to come after the break. We've got the second half coming up next. At the moment, St Kilda by 37 at halftime.
Alrighty, there we go. Going in and out, says any. There we go. It could be just my commentary. Try and put a little bit of emphasis on some of this stuff. It could be. I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's go and have a look at the team stats. See where they stand up until half-time. And, of course, there's only 4 disposals. The difference, it just shows you St Kilda are doing everything correct. 4 disposals, the difference, Giants way, but 37 points. 37-point lead to the Saints. 15 more kicks to the Saints, 19 more handballs to the Giants. If you have a look at inside 50, folks, inside 50, 16 to St Kilda for 9 scoring shots. That's impressive. That's what you love to see. If you can go inside that many times for that many scoring shots, that's really good. Whereas the Giants, only 2 scoring shots from their 13 entries. They really do need to lift. They're struggling in that aspect of the game. They just can't get their plan together. The defence of St Kilda is just too powerful at the moment. The Giants just need a little bit more composure going forward into their 50. Try and spread a little bit, make a little bit of space for each other. Get a lead or 2 up and hit that leading target. Give yourself a chance on goal. Disposal efficiency, very good there for St Kilda so far up until halftime. 71.7 the GWS Giants, round about average 54.5. Inside 50 efficiency though, St Kilda doing well, 56-34. The Giants, they need to lift that, but what they do need to lift, and that's their scoring rate. Free kicks, 7-10 St Kilda's way. Stoppages, the hit out, St Kilda, well, we thought they were going to be in front in this aspect of the game. 23-16, the clearances, Saints by 5, but the centre clearances, the Giants by 2, not using that to their advantage overall. Stoppage clearances, the Saints by 7. Contested possessions, uncontested, 56 apiece. There we go. Uncontested, there we go. The Giants have actually had the ball a little bit more in their hands at 59. Turnovers, both at 28-29, so not too bad for turnover-wise. The marks, the Saints, they're hitting their targets, as I said, pinpointing their players, 31-20, and marks inside 50. There it is, right there, folks. St Kilda are hitting their targets, going inside 50. Got the leading, the leading forward coming out. They're getting pinpointed, and they're hitting their target well. Whereas the Giants, no marks up until half-time. This is one aspect of the game they do need to improve on. Contested marks, well, 8-2 Saints way. They do look strong overhead, the Saints. Actually, they do look a little bit taller in some areas as well, but they look very strong at their marking. We look at the goals, 6-3 to no goals, 2. And, of course, the tackles, St Kilda are bringing the heat with the tackles. And I guess on that aspect, Giants are sitting on their season average, as it speaks there, on 37 tackles. Both teams tackling pretty well inside 50. And the Giants a little bit more have had it. Well, the Saints have had it inside their 50, haven't they? A little bit more. 8 for the Saints. There we go. 1%ers, well, they're doing a little bit more in the 1%ers, the Giants. Let's keep that going. Interchanges, both pretty well smack on 50-50. 29 out of 60 for the Saints. The Giants right on the halfway mark. 30 out of 60 interchanges available they have made. Let me just roll this back up to the top. There we go. Put it back on the scoreboard. Of course, we're not too far away from kicking off the second half here down at Kinetic Stadium here in Frankston. As I said, folks, it's a beautiful night down here in Frankston. It's probably about 5 or 6 degrees. I tell you what, it's a little bit chilly, but the one good thing, the wind is still. There's no wind, as I said before, which is rare because it's usually pretty windy down there. Seaside, of course, this ground is on right next to the sea. Now you hear me. Good stuff, good stuff. Thanks, Mr. T. All right, folks, let's get back down to the ground. The girls take their positions and we'll get into the second half, whereas the Saints by 37.
Is Pride round in the AFLW. This is the first game of that. You can see the other games still to play out in coming days. Of course, Adelaide hosting Melbourne tomorrow night at Norwood, and then another game in Adelaide, Port and Collingwood on Thursday night. We've seen this condensed fixture with the midweek games. Tonight and tomorrow night are officially the end of that. Then we get back into the traditional Thursday to Sunday slots for the remaining weeks, and then, of course, the long-awaited final series. It's coming up quickly, and, of course, St Kilda playing potentially for a spot in that tonight. There's a lot to play for in this second half.
Yeah, very much so. Thanks, Loz. Shiloh, just before we get this third quarter underway, what do you want to see immediately from the Giants? They only have 2 behinds to their name at halftime. They're 37 points down. There's pride to play for them.
Yeah, absolutely. There's probably 2 things, Ben. One is being first to the contest, and then second thing is just being composed when you get there with your ball use.
So a lot of work for the Giants to do in the second half. It's St Kilda by 37 points at halftime, and it all starts in the middle for GWS as we get underway in the third quarter. Immediately, Goldsworthy can send them forward with a long bomb inside forward 50. Garnett the target, but there's a wonderful mark from Trudgeon. They've defended so well tonight, although on cue, Trudgeon's turned it over to Brasendale. A chance here again for GWS. Handball just didn't quite get to Sirhoy. Good enough to find Garnett under pressure. Back to Brazental, slips the Kelly tackle. On the burst, towards full forward, and they've got a mark through Mowbray. The advantage is paid as Alicia Eva sends through the Giants' first goal of the night.
Well, the Giants picked up where they left off. They won the centre clearance, came out with a long boot of Zali Goldsworthy, went deep inside 50, weren't able to take a mark, but really good forward pressure to retain the footy inside their forward 50. Some smart work there by Alicia Eva to finish, but it was the work to stay in the contest and take the contested mark inside the corridor. Did a great job, and just smarts by the former captain and Eva to finish off well.
Here's a look. There's Eva, who took the advantage and kicked her 6th goal of the season. Been a pretty consistent goal kicker for the Giants, and she comes up with a really important one, to say the least, in game 71. A player she has been in the AFLW and an ambassador for this sport. Another clearance here for the Giants. So Beeson sends them inside 50. Garnett didn't get a good bounce. Trudgeon attacks it, immediately wrapped up by Garnett and Mowbray. They just give a little high five there. Garnett and Mowbray happy to lock it up. They're pumped here, the Giants. Can they capitalise on their momentum? Parker on hands and knees. Ball kind of held to her. Umpire satisfied to ball it up again.
I mean, now the Giants have got a lot of fresh legs. They're a really fit unit.
O'Dowd escaped the grasp of her fellow ruck in Nelda on that occasion. They'll go again. Give that one to Nelda. Simpson not going anywhere. 15 and a half left in this third quarter. Giants pressing here. Can they capitalise on the scoreboard?
Nowder with the tap. Down to Watson. And it's going to be penalised. So there is another opportunity for the Giants. Parker looking a little bit sore. Serhoy will take the free kick. Kick is touched off the boot. Jacobson takes possession at the top of the square, but ball is held to her. St Kilda by 19 at quarter time, 37 at half time. The Giants with the first goal here of the second half, and they're pressing here again. A couple of repeat stoppages in attack.
Good by the Giants. St Kilda have only had one disposal this quarter.
Just sense the Giants come out with a renewed enthusiasm in this quarter. Garnett paddles it back. Snappo across the body there. Zarika was the Giant close by. Mowbray emerges with it to Eva. Can she kick a second? Yes, she can!
Wow, really good work there again by the Giants, winning the centre clearance through Beck Beeson, getting the ball deep inside 50. Some really great forward pressure to be able to retain the ball inside 50. Couple of repeated stoppages, but just getting to the footy first and just making sure there is an outnumber. And Eva just shrugs the tackle. She's a wonderful finisher in front of goal, loves a good snap as well, and loves the celebration too.
It's almost like they're a different team, Shiloh, at the moment after half-time.
Yeah, they've obviously gone into the rooms at half-time, regrouped and really looked at what they weren't doing. And like I said, you need to get to the footy first, and you've got to win the contested ball, the contest itself. Love the energy the Giants are bringing.
So a couple of goals in a row to GWS, a couple to Alicia Eva. Second time she's kicked 2 goals in a game in season 20-24. Lambert wins it out of the middle for the Saints. The Warlord direction off hands, Grierson. Kick across the face of goal, finds Zarika.
Zarika's run about 150 metres to take that mark. Really good work by her.
Margin back to 25 points. Zarika long to a contest on the wing. Nowder in best position and takes the grab uncontested in the end. Quick to play on and find Lambert, who was on fire in that first half. Releases Tiana Smith. A wobbly kick off the boot. It dribbles towards the face of goal. Friend trying to keep it alive, but missing near side.
Ball every time it has gone into the hands of Jamie Lambert tonight. Something has happened. She's looked so dangerous with the footy. Almost conjured a goal there. He's with the kick-in duties. And Brasendale was the only player that went up. Bradfield brought down by Lambert and brought down illegally by Lambert. Former son, number 8. Her AFLW career. In front. That's a strong mark from Watson. Would it be fair to say, as Watson's going to be advanced 50 metres here, Shiloh. Is she one of the most improved players in the AFLW this season, Serene Watson?
Yeah, you would think so, just with the maturity, just a bit more experience. And if you look at her numbers, as we said in the pre-game, running at 79% disposal efficiency, which is quite something for a rebounding defender. She is the #1 rebounder for the Saints, and just a lot of football going through her hands. She's just been so important. But she's gone from the back half, Ben, and just to the front half. She's having a set on goal.
Fair to say, Shiloh, she's in unfamiliar territory. In her 49th AFLW game, she has never kicked a goal. She's a popular member of this group. Elevated to the leadership group in recent seasons. And she's missed. That is her first ever AFLW score as well. That's how unfamiliar the forward arc was for Serene Watson.
Might take her disposal efficiency average down just slightly as well, Ben. Back to the back half.
From the kick in, Pepper Randall to a contest. There's a whistle on play for a hold. Free kick GWS. Going the way of Fleur Davis.
Part of this quarter, GWS had 8 long kicks for the game, and I think that's all they've done since they've come out at half-time. There's another one.
That's a high up and under kick from Davis. Garnett in the contest. And Brasendale sees it over. The Giants, as we mentioned off the top, started their season in record-breaking fashion. Their greatest ever win in the competition over the Western Bulldogs by 63 points. Since then, a draw and 4 losses to the name. Parker emerges with it. Free kick advantage is paid as Rika takes off. A vacant forward 50 for the Giants to work with. Burke hands to it, couldn't reel in the mark. Doyle turns tackler on Kelly. Umpire's having a look at it and is going to reward GWS.
Again, Haneen Zarika's work out on the fat side of the ground, just providing width and space for the Giants and an avenue to go forward into some open, clean space. Really great work by her.
Jess Doyle at the top of 50. Takes a big breath. She's going to back herself in. She's going to do team thing and just pop it to a dangerous position, but it falls short and Grace Kelly takes the grab.
Probably for a rare occasion here, Shiloh. St Kilda are actually having to try and rebound from deep in their defensive 50 because a lot of times throughout the game, the entries have been quite shallow for the Giants. So now here comes Lambert at the back of the pack, paddling it towards her advantage, backing her pace, her skill, her speed, up towards half forward, hoping for friend. Just went behind her. Randall wrapped up by Guttridge. Umpire hovers, let the play go on. In the end, Beeson comes through. And ultimately we get a boundary throw-in. Much to the disappointment of fans on the outer side.
Well, great rebound there by the Saints, having to do the work from deep inside their opposition's forward 50.
Davis doing the ruck here against Fiedler. Parker and Smith go at it. Bradfield emerges. Tackled by Smith, went back and got it Bradfield, then brought down again. Will be balled up, 9.5 to play. Saints with 6 goals in the first half. No majors this third term. 2 goals to Alicia Eva in this third term.
From the stoppage, Parker to Davis to Beeson. Takes off down the line looking for Goldsworthy. Doyle gives it to Goldsworthy. They go inside forward 50 again, kick a little ill-directed, and Jacobson takes the mark in defence for St Kilda.
Clearances this quarter going the way of the Giants, 6-1.
Contest, nice mark by Sir Hoyt. First-year player for the Giants. It's been in great form. Gives it off to Pease. Back into the forward pocket. Goldsworthy's on the end of it. Couldn't complete the mark. Dives after it. Burke. And they try and link up. It's broken up by the Giants. Eva takes possession and is driven into the turf by Priest.
This is really positive by the Giants. Every time St Kilda's gone forward this quarter, the Giants have run one across half back and been able to get an inside 50 from that effort. It's a real turn of fortunes from the first half where they just couldn't. Once St Kilda went inside their forward 50, Giants couldn't win it back.
Alicia Eva emerges, doing the damage on the scoreboard in this third term. Wiley paddles it out towards Smith. Wiley goes again, hoping for Lambert. Sirhoy came through, couldn't grab it cleanly. Goldsworthy almost gave away the free kick, then holds it in for a stoppage with 8 minutes on the clock. First time the Giants have played at this venue. Saints their second game. Saints hoping to break a 3-game losing streak. Giants looking for their first win since round 1. Beaver was there. Didn't quite get into the back. Socket off the ground by Doyle. Mowbray applies the tackle. A little kick came out there from Fiedler. And the mark is paid in the end. Kelly just got it before the paint, and it was just the 15 metres.
So you're being generous, Ben.
Yes.
Kelly with a long bomb. Fiedler in the pack, gets out the back. We're going to have a ball up. These two sides, of course, playing their fixture crunch this week in week 7, 2 games. They'll back up again on Sunday. So Kilda to play Melbourne, GWS play Adelaide at home. Giants go back inside forward 50. A couple of players, Tangle and Doyle and Jacobson. It's going to be a free kick to just Doyle.
They've been so much better this quarter, the Giants. First to the contest, holding front spot, drawing the free kicks, winning the clearances, winning the contested possessions.
A kick from Doyle straight into the lap of Jamie Lambert, who's brought her own footy tonight. He's gifted a possession there. Smith packs it back inside forward 50, and again it's a turnover. The Giants, with the only 2 goals of this third quarter, St Kilda by 37 at half-time. Margins back to 27 as Wardlaw takes the mark a long way from home.
The only step the Giants haven't reversed this quarter are marks from the opposition. They're just turning the footy over in the air.
Wardlaw was hoping for Nalda, working along the wing, thumped away from her. 2 rucks, Sim Nalda and Emily Fiedler, 186 centimetres, 187 centimetres. Saints ample presence at stoppage. It'll be Fiedler doing the ruck work here against O'Dowd. O'Dowd gets to the front and puts it on a platter for Elise Parker. They've got some run on the outer side here through Sirhoy. Kick though, well wide of her target. And trickles out of bounds. Lasso free kick coming up for St Kilda. Went over the line just before the arc.
And again, just a dump kick out of that contest. They had all the separation from their opponents, had all the time in the world, and just should have steadied.
Watson goes in towards the middle. Lots of orange jumpers were there. Great pick up from Friend, but Ramsdale did well to get a hand in there. Couldn't quite find a teammate. Bradfield holds it in. Transition footy, at least the Giants have stopped the Saints from moving the ball at speed this quarter, and they're threatening to add to their scoreboard tally.
Parker, though, set upon by 2 or 3 Saints. Lambert comes away with it. Grierson, that was high contact. Free kick to Ella Friend. Less than 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. St Kilda have done the damage in the first half. Friend bombs it long. Playing, got a little bit of a sit. Wardler out the back. Anderson wrapping up Parker. And we'll have a ball up.
This is where Giants, find themselves in a bit of trouble. They do all the work, and then the last few minutes of the quarter, just let the opposition back in.
Wardlaw taps it down. Mason was ready and waiting to apply the tackle on Simpson. Wardlaw will go again. Taps it beautifully to Lambert. Great tackle, Parker. Arrives at the right time. Beeson takes the advantage. Into the middle. Mowbray had it thumped away from her decisively by Watson. Then Mowbray follows up with a huge tackle.
It's a terrific contest there. Contest in the air, and then the follow-up, the second effort here. A great contest between 2 players.
Rosendale coming the other way. Ensured it was a genuine hard ball get there for Serene Watson. Stoppage after stoppage in this third term. Giants unrelenting in their defensive pressure. Sirhoy just got a handball away. Giants have the numbers at the back. Beeson can't get a clean hand pass away. Umpire letting the play go. Comes back to Beeson, hurries it onto the left. Zarika in front has worked so hard all night. She was held without the footy. And the Giants can have a look from the back of the centre square here.
and want to take the game on. Gives it off to Parker, who takes off in the middle. Just gets the kick away to a contest. Nalda and Smith. Nalda pokes it forward. They both go to ground. Giants come up with it. Parker with the fend off. Back to Ransom, close to the line. Smith. Doyle like to make a contest from behind. Spills to Zarika. Now off to Sirhoy. Pumps it long. Goldsworthy the target. Knocked away from her. Trudgeon is there for the Saints. Goldsworthy follows up with a tackle. Spills to Stevens. And Garnett holds the ball to her. And GWS will get a forward 50 stoppage. 2.5 to play in the third quarter. 2 goals to none. The Giants' way, trying to get themselves back into it. Got another ball up.
Really positive passage of play here from the Giants, having to come from the back half, right deep inside 50.
Overran it. Beeson trying to feed it out as Rika does. Sirhoy had a fumble, the crucial moment. In comes Lambert, and she was held and will get a free kick for St Kilda. Looking a little sore. She's a pretty tough customer. She'll be okay. Another 5 disposals for her in this third quarter. She's putting together a big game, up to 21. 18 of those contested, 9 tackles. She's been sensational.
The stat sheet tonight. St Kilda star. Wardlaw guards her eyes from the light there. We're doing a mountain of work along the wing, giving the Saints an option. He's on screen. In defence tonight on Richards. 1.5 minutes to play. See the sign from the St Kilda bench. We are deep in red time here. Saints yet to kick a goal in this quarter. Boundary throw-in fell well short. Brasendale waited for it, allowed Richards to come through, but she was caught holding the ball. Pressure from the Giants has been excellent in this quarter. Pease is rewarded. Wants some run through the middle. Gets it from Randall. Towards half forward. Doyle in front. She's really had an impact in this third quarter. Kelly doing a mountain of work behind the footy. A kick just wide of Boyd. Did Boyd get a hand to it just before it went out of bounds? She didn't. So Pease can set the Giants up again. But she turns it straight over to Smith.
Just poor awareness there, unaware of where the opposition players were through the middle. Easy turnover.
Smith plays on, hugging the line with his kick. Richards will be the flyer from behind. Boyd was there as well. She sees it over the line. Concern on the boundary line for the Saints. Shoulder just being looked at. Follow that with interest. So less than a minute left in this third quarter.
Ball back into play. Beeson caught. Just got the handball away. Picked up by O'Dowd. Gives it to Parker. On the left. Down the line. Wardlaw will get a free kick. Getting back in defence. Late in this third quarter, Jessie Wardlaw, a couple of goals to her name. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. And we'll be happy to waste some time off the clock. A good quarter from GWS, but the Saints still in full control on the scoreboard. Wardlaw kicks along, off hands. Plenty of numbers around this, and umpire will come in and sort it all out. So we see Jamie Lambert continuing to receive treatment on the bench. And that right shoulder looked at after a heavy contest. Parker from the stoppage. Down the line, Stevens out the back. And that'll do us to 3-quarter time. The Giants with the only 2 goals of the third quarter, but St Kilda still well on top on the scoreboard. They lead by 27 points. The final quarter to come after the break.
All right, 3-quarter time here. A lot better quarter from the Giants, who kicked 2 goals in that third term when the Saints could only put on 2 behind. So the Giants winning that quarter. We're going to have a look at who's scoring the goals in just a moment, but let's just have a look at the disposal getters on the ground so far there, Joe. Of course, Jamie Lambert there for the Saints, 22 top on the table. And of course, Alice Parker there Top of the table there for the Giants on 21. We'll just roll down there, have a look at your players, see what they got. These are the disposals, how many disposals they've got. That's how many kicks they've had, and this here is their handballs. So if you can roll down there and have a little bit of a look. Find your player, see how they're going for this evening, and then we'll have a look at who scored the goals so far in this game here. The Saints are going to go into the final quarter with a decent margin. And it's going to be quite hard, I think, for the Giants to peg this one back, no matter how well they play in the final term. All right, let's just roll this back up. Let's go and have a look at the goal scorers for the game so far. Here we are, kicking the goals. We've got 2 multiple goal scorers on the ground. Of course, Jesse Wardlaw is the only multiple goal scorer for the Saints with 2 goals. And, of course, Alicia Eva is the only multiple goal scorer there for the Giants. Tania Smith, Alicia Richards, Darcy Guthridge and Janome Anderson are the other single goal scorers for the Saints. They are your goal scorers so far in this match. The fantasy points, let's just have a little bit of a browse at that up until 3/4 time. Jamie Lambert, the only one to top 100 points so far in this match. Alice Parker next best on 82. All right, let's go and have a quick glance at the team stats, where they stand at the moment. Well, look at that. The Giants by 30 disposals. You wouldn't think, would you? They'll be 30 disposals up, yet the Saints lead by 27 at 3/4 time. Still, it's all the handball factor there for the Giants, 34. Get the ball. Try and just kick it a little bit more, or when you're linking up, try and find your player. Get the run-on player to swoop with a handball. Get some meterage that way. Try and get it down your forward, which they did a little bit better in that 3rd quarter. Free kicks, 17-13. Umpires having a field day out there with the free kicks today. That is pretty much the season average, what the Giants get, 17, and they've already had that up until 3/4 time. The hitouts, though, St Kilda well on top in the hitouts, but not in the clearances. The Giants a lot better at the ground ball, around the stoppages, etc. The clearances, 27-23 to the Giants, 6-3 to the centre clearances, which is always good to see if they can use that to their advantage. Contested possessions, pretty even there, 74-87, not a great deal. 13 the difference, 16 in uncontested. Tell you what, looking at these numbers, you would probably think the Giants would be leading, but well, it doesn't really tell a tale, does it? 43-23 the marks. As I said, half-time, the Saints are stronger in the air. They got good mitts on them, holding the ball well. And still, the Giants have not taken a mark inside 50, which makes it a little bit hard. They need their forward targets to be leading up to hit them chest out. 10-3 in the contested marks, as I said. Bit stronger in the air are the Saints. Tackles, both teams tackling pretty well this evening, 68-52. Tackles inside 50, 22 to the Giants. Their coach should be very happy with that, 11 to the Saints. All right, let's get back down to the ground, and they will take us in to the final quarter, whereas the Saints by 27. Can the Giants, well, can they make a comeback? We'll have to wait and see. All right, folks, back down to the ground.
To their star, Alicia Eva, just within striking distance. And there are little chances we turn for home here at Kinetic Stadium. It's St Kilda 6-5-41, the Giants 2-2-14. Ben Waterworth with you alongside Jess Webster and Shiloh Curtis. And downstairs is Lauren Wood. Hello, Loz.
Hello, Ben. Jamie Lambert, you mentioned before, was getting treatment on that right shoulder right here on the sideline. She looked very, very concerned. There was a lot of shaking of the head, but bounced up back into action for that 3/4 time huddle and told St Kilda staffers, I just wanted a bit of me time, if you don't mind. So well and truly back in good spirits, back out there in action. I tell you what, it was a different Cam Bernasconi at that huddle too. He's really liked the pressure from his team. He's encouraging them to use their speed, kick to space when they can, hopefully snag a few more here and make a game of it.
Thanks, Lauren. I don't know if Jamie Lambert needs too much more me time because she just hasn't been able to get away from the Sharon tonight.
Yeah, no, and I don't think she's having plenty of it because there's no one within QE of her on the footy field. She's just so smart and agile across the field. But look, that was a really good showing from the Giants. That quarter, Ben, that started at the source, it started at stoppages. They're able to get first use of the footy and they're able to get the ball inside 50 and keep it there.
So the big challenge for GWS is maintaining momentum in 2024, Shai, throughout games. So they had a great third quarter. Can they continue it in the fourth? That's what Coach Cam Bernasconi is going to want from his troops in the final quarter. As for Kilda, well, finals is in reach. They need to keep winning, and percentage might play a really important role in the run home, so they need to put their foot down. But it's GWS who come away with it in the middle. Beeson sends him into attack. It gets out the back and gets past everyone. Eva will try and run onto this. Trajan gets there. Eva's got her, locks her up in the goal square.
Really smart there by Alicia Eva. She tackled the ball, not the player, and then the ball can't go anywhere if her hands are on it. Very smart.
A fast break out of the middle for GWS. O'Dowd and Ruck palms it down. Tiana Smith is happy to see that one over, and we'll get a ball in.
And of course, the Giants get another centre clearance. They've been so dominant this game.
Yeah.
Just haven't been able to capitalise once they've gone inside 50.
What can they do here? In front, Stevens wins it off hands and clears the danger, but only momentarily. Brasendale trucking it and picked it up cleanly. Support there from Ransom. Got the hand pass over the top to Garnett. Back to Brasendale, back to Garnett. All via hand. Garnett inside 50. Big fly over the top. No mark taken. Eva wrapped up again.
You feel like Eva is the goal kicker here. There's just so much pressure. St Kilda just got numbers around her every time she goes near the ball.
Harker almost ran onto it. Goldsworthy got boot to ball. Garnett caught behind. Not the 15 metres. So no intercept mark for Kelly. 15 and a half left in this fourth.
Giants pressing early in the final quarter. Parker wrapped up immediately. And do it all again. St Kilda by 19 at quarter time. 37 at half time. The Giants have brought it back to 27 at the last break. Parker laying a tackle on Stevens. Yet another ball up inside 50.
It's good signs here from the Giants. Good forward pressure, not letting the ball get outside of the forward 50.
Parker shrugs the Stevens tackle, gives it off to Mowbray, but she's going nowhere. Mowbray, of course, a couple of goals in the third quarter last week against Melbourne. Had a great game and just playing her fourth game back from an ACL injury. Great to see her back playing footy. Giants continue to try and lock it inside forward 50 here. Brasendale takes the intercept grab.
Yeah, well set up there, the Giants behind the ball.
Searching for an option. Pokes it to the top of the square. Garnett almost hands to it, couldn't reel it in. And it goes out of play for a ball in. This is a tackle to start the final quarter, Shiloh. Jamie Lambert on Elise Parker. What do we think of that? Slight dumping action?
Yeah, and she's got the other hand too, so Parker can't actually protect herself. So if you've taken control of the player's body, you've got a duty of care in that situation.
That is a very interesting moment, you would think. Closely looked at AFL headquarters in the next 24 hours. Jamie Lambert heading towards the three best and fairest votes tonight. You'd think the last time these two sides met, Lambert received the 3 AFLW best and fairest votes as well for a 22 disposal game. He already has a big haul tonight. That kick out of the back line has gone out of bounds on the full. So the Giants pressing.
And when they bring their pressure game and they're first to the footy, the Giants are totally in the contest. We spoke pre-game about the margins, the narrow margins. I think they've lost their games by an average of 13 points. They're always thereabouts.
Ransom will kick to a big pack. Good luck marking that. Stevens had a good crack. Ball came to ground. Jacobson, Burke. Comes away. McDonald kicks it high. Richards.
A good mark.
That's a terrific contested grab. Hugs the line, hoping for Anderson, and the ball just went over the paint. So the ball has been locked inside this forward half for the Giants in this quarter.
Grierson kicks in board. And Ailish O'Dowd. Short to Parker. Just outside 50. Wind up and kick it to a dangerous position. Can they get a mark, the Giants, to a big pack of hands? Trudging, and it's going to be out of bounds on the full. And Henning Zrika to take the free kick for the visitors.
Again, great pressure by the Giants, pressure on the kicker, and then set up really nicely behind the footy, forcing St Kilda to kick wide.
Pokes it short in the Garnett direction over her head. Eva caught. Umpire says, toss it back in.
Burke did well just not to dump her opponent into the ground. There's Eva, 2 majors in the 3rd term. Can the Giants break the arm wrestle here? Parker, oh, that was a high attempted fend off there. Ball up. Smith one-on-one here with Parker at the stoppage. Brought down there by Nalda. Ball spills free. Richards arrives. Did she have time to get rid of the footy? Eva soccers off the ground. A bundle of energy around the forward 50 at the moment. Goldsworthy. Wiley just got boot to ball. Lambert applies the pressure. And Sirhoy breathes a sigh of relief. Here's the look. Lambert did well in the end. Now we've got a hand pass away. Kelly trudging. Desperate times for this St Kilda defence. They're holding on at the moment, but the ball is not leaving that 50-metre arc.
No score so far in this final quarter. After about 6 minutes of play, Powder emerges with it for the Giants. Gives it off to Goldsworthy. To Parker, was she caught high? Umpire said no, she got the handball out to Powder from the pocket. Missing near side.
This is great signs by the Giants when the ball's going inside 50. I love their response after the halftime break. They've shown up at the contest, and when they do, they're so damaging.
From the kick in, Watson. Trying to get it out of this zone at the moment. Giants have done well to lock it in their front half, although here's an opportunity. The handball from Sirhoy picked off by McDonald. Down the corridor to Wardlaw. No one inside forward 50, but she can wheel and go and put it into space for Anderson to potentially run onto. She takes possession. She slips the ransom tackle, shoots towards goal. It's away to the right and out of bounds. Bounces out of bounds. So it's got to be tossed back in.
Lovely feint there from Xiaomi Anderson. Kicked a terrific soccer goal in the 2nd quarter. We see how damaging the Saints can be on fast transition and how damaging Wardlaw can be. Was she held without the ball? Umpire said play on. Pease on the last line. Had to get rid of it. Guttridge corralling her and over the line it goes. Giants defence now. Their turn to be under siege. Wardlaw has threatened to pull off a big moment from a forward 50 stoppage all night. Pumps herself up for this. In the ruck here with Randall. Randall did well to bring the ball to ground. Guttridge emerges, wants her left side, doesn't get it. And Beeson has been so clean in congestion tonight and puts it to the advantage of Mowbray. And the tsunami is on. Mowbray hoping for Eva. Trudgeon stands in the way as she has done all night.
Kicks looking for McDonald. Zurika applies the pressure. Did so illegally. It's an arm chop. Advantage is paid as Stevenson sends it down the line over the head of Richards. Can turn Pease inside out. Wonderful collect at ground level. Releases Lambert by hand. Looking for a target. Wardlaw is that target. Beautiful transition from the Saints, and Wardlaw can have a look at potentially a 3rd goal.
How good was that kick, Shiloh, from Lambert?
Yeah, and even the nice pick up off the ground, the little one-hander with a nice wide releasing handball. The power of a nice wide accurate handball can just keep the movement going. Just that cleanliness, beautiful footy.
She's looked good when opportunities have come her way tonight. Jessie Wardlaw for a 3rd goal. Hits it sweetly off the boot. And the Saints have their 7th.
Well, again, after the Giants have done so much work in the first half of this quarter, they trapped the ball deep inside their forward 50, weren't able to get a goal for Bison and Kilda got their opportunity when they finally were able to break out of the pressure of the Giants. Just that quick ball movement through some long kicking, some long handballing, some really clean pickups off the ground, and then a mark inside 50 yet again to Jessie Wardlaw, and she's finished truly again.
The celebration to go with for Jessie Wardlaw, who has done the power of running tonight, constantly presented in a tough matchup for Pepper Randall. Giants win it out of the middle, but it's trapped well by Watson. Kelly had a lot of the footy tonight. Career best season for her. Keeping on. Guttridge got a cruel bounce. Went into the middle. Davis is brought down by two Saints, and he's going to be pinked. Pressure relieving goal for St Kilda. Threatens to open the floodgates here. Lambert calls for movement up ahead. That's not her best kick. Parker got back to intercept. Heads out towards the wing. Well played, Kelly. Trapped it well. Now Stevens. Gets it back and kicks it inside 50. Bounces past Wardlaw. Friend is there. Parker with her head over the ball. Ball spills free. Randall had it held to her by Wardlaw.
Well, this is good by St Kilda. They were well held in the last quarter. They've had to work really hard to get into the contest in this quarter. If they're a team that's going to play finals, you've got to find a way back in.
Parker trying to shrug the Guttridge tackle. Did so, and then jams it on the boot to a contest. O'Dowd to Powger. Links up with O'Doyle. Looping handball over the top to Mowbray. Doesn't have anything to kick to inside forward. 50 has to give it to Ailish O'Dowd. Sweeping hand pass to Brasendale, who was the only target forward of the footy. Had a fumble. Now the cavalry arrives for both sides. Priest to Plain. The link up at half-back. Burke out wide. 2-on-1 favouring the Giants. Fred had to take the mark, and she did.
It was a terrific contested mark. It's one of those moments where you know you've got to take it.
Will wind up and bomb it down the line in the Wardlaw direction. Randall right there with her. Spills to Ramsdale. Randall to Smith to Parker under pressure. Got to get around Simpson, and she's coughed it up to Smith, who was dispossessed by Beeson, who's going to be rewarded with the free kick. She's put in a fabulous performance tonight for the Giants. That kick is sensational. To Gaffney, flares it to the broadcast wing and finds Garnett. Should say former broadcast wing, because we're actually on the other side of the ground tonight. And the Giants are under pressure. Ball to be one in the middle. It's won by Richards. Sends it to Wardlaw, and a one-on-one with Randall. Wardlaw gets there first, fends off Randall. Hooks the kick around the corner to space. Friend didn't get a kind bounce. Has some time to follow up and find Smith. Kicked a ripper goal earlier in the game, and that one just hits the post. You see Jamie Lambert having a rest on the bench. 25 disposals for her tonight, 8 clearances, 11 tackles. 5 minutes to go here in the final quarter, and it's the Saints by 33.
Randall takes a big breath before kicking that away. Hasn't she had a tough night tonight on Wardlaw? McDonald, great contest she provided there. Handball looking for Plain. Giants have numbers around. O'Dowd had it thumped away from her. A fellow rucking Fiedler. Excellent follow-up tackle from McDonald as the ball goes out of bounds. So St Kilda set for their 4th win of the season.
Ben, you spoke about the challenge of Pepper Randall tonight. She gives away 11 centimetres on Jessie Wardlaw.
Guttridge sends it over the line. So the Saints, let's have a look at their next 4 games, and in their run to finals they take on Melbourne, Port Adelaide, and then the Western Bulldogs, and finish with a reasonably tough task against the all-conquering Brisbane Lions. But gosh, if they win tonight, Shire can really set up a run towards a top 8 play.
Yeah, absolutely. They know what's at stake here tonight. It's probably 10 teams in the hunt for the top 8.
Lambert overran it. Fielder has a go, and Parker was taken high. The umpire out of zone. Umpire eventually spotted it. So a free kick to Elise Parker. 27 disposals for her tonight. 8 tackles as well. Battled hard in the midfield, along with Beck Beeson. Down the line to a contest. Beeson had to make a contest. Did really well. Gave it to Grierson. Garnett. It's come unstuck, although Parker comes through like a steam train. Couldn't take it with her. Picked up by Lambert. Out to Guttridge. Spears it down the line of Wardlaw. 3 goals for Jessie Wardlaw tonight. Takes it a 9 for the season, bombs it to half forward. Grierson with a fist, kills the contest, and the ball dribbles out of play.
Tough season for the Giants. That, as Jess mentioned earlier today, that massive round 1 win against the Dogs and the draw against the Suns, but it has been a season of missed opportunities. They dominated territory, particularly early in this game, and couldn't capitalise on the scoreboard. They've shown lots of fight in this second half, but it's come too late, and they're under siege here. Deep in defence, Brasendale couldn't pick it up cleanly. Den did on the second attempt. Had it turned over. Simpson tried to take on the tackler, and Grierson will be rewarded with a holding the ball free kick. Short to O'Dowd. And when you sort of see the Giants at the moment, Shiloh, it just does, as I mentioned before, it just seemed like a season of missed opportunities for them.
Yeah, look, they've had a couple of injuries, of course, tonight we spoke about. Obviously, Tani Evans not in the team. Izzy Huntington across that back half. She probably would have been the matchup, you'd think, maybe for Jessie Wardlaw, and so it's gone down to Pepper Randall. And then you think about that injury to Nicola Barr, just, you know, a season-ending injury with that hamstring for her. Just the experience and maturity, the run and carry that Nick brings. So, of course, injuries across all different teams. But when this team is up and firing, of course, Chloe Dalton not here, Walker not here. But when this team's got their full unit on the park, they're super competitive.
Saints to half forward. Friend, it's a couple to beat and can't do so. And unfortunately for the Giants, it doesn't get any easier. They face Adelaide on Sunday. Back home at Henson Park. And then their games to finish: Hawthorn, Fremantle, Port Adelaide. And Smith emerges with it, kicks it into the pocket in front of Wardlaw. Spills to Guttridge. Kicked the opening goal of the game in a 50th AFLW match, and has kicked that one across the face.
It's terrific to see Darcy Guttridge playing with so much confidence. It's just took her a little bit of time, I guess, to just have a consistent presence at this level, and just being able to play such consistent footy at St Kilda.
Grierson brings it away, but McDonald has found herself in the right place at the right time so often for St Kilda tonight. Simpson intercepts, hoping for Richards further afield. Boy calls a stalemate, half a minute left. St Kilda, some icing on the cake here. Decisively down from Fiedler. Brasendale working in tandem with Mowbray. Back to Mowbray. She runs into a big Simpson tackle. Did well in the end to get rid of it. McDonald had support behind from Priest. Dwyer with her head over the ball. Priest applies the tackle. Umpire calls for a ball up. The captain has led superbly from defence. Played in every St Kilda AFLW game. She leads this club superbly. The Giants will have the final few disposals of the game, but when the Saints needed a win, they delivered. They're back on track. Their 4th win of the season, and they can set up in the back end of this season a run to the finals. A 34-point win for Nick Del Santo's side. Jessie Wardlaw did the damage inside 50 with 3 goals. She had a bag as well when she was playing for Brisbane against Hawthorn on this ground a couple of years ago. She likes this ground, and St Kilda in their second game at Kinetic Stadium, Shiloh Curtis, can be pretty satisfied with their win. Just the 1 goal in the second half, but their first half was explosive at times.
Yeah, absolutely. A terrific start to the game. So clean, just shut the gate on the GWS Giants. They got no look in at all, really. The second half, of course, they had to work their way back in. Maybe a couple of question marks, you think, if they're going to go deeper into finals. They're going to tidy up that second half.
3 goals to Jesse Wardlaw, as I mentioned. Tiana Smith with a nice goal of the round contender. Darcy Guttridge with a sweet goal, and Ash Richards with a goal as well for the Saints. The Giants, their leading ball winners as expected, Elise Parker and Beck Beeson, again had the 20-plus disposal, but just struggling for that 22, that player, that depth. Rather, just some distressing scenes here as well as Bradfield is coming from the field. As we head downstairs, Lauren Wood is with Jessie Wardlaw after a 3-goal haul.
Could it be anyone else, Ben? It was a fantastic attacking performance from you, Jessie, and the team as a whole. You must be really pleased.
Oh, so pleased. So very proud of this group to get the win after 3 losses in a row. We've just been super hungry to get the win, and Frankston's such a good ground. There's a lot of space out there, so yeah, made it easier.
I know you quite like it. You've scored a few goals here a few times, and talking to most key forwards, it's all about the delivery.
Yeah.
And when you're getting it from the likes of Jamie Lambert, she had an absolute night out tonight. It almost makes it a little bit easier for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's what we've been lacking over the last couple of weeks is our forward 50 entries. So massive focus, and the mids are just streaming through, and if you give them an option, they'll kick it to you. So yeah, pretty lucky to play with Jamie.
You've obviously mentioned that 3-game losing streak is now officially over, which is fantastic. You've got Melbourne next and then Port Adelaide. The top 8 is well and truly within reach now. Are you really confident you can get a run on from here?
Oh, for sure. Like, have complete faith in this group. We know we're hungry for finals, and yeah, going to be some tough opposition coming up, especially, in a couple of days against Melbourne. But yeah, just week by week, we just got to keep chipping away, and it's anyone's game in the top 8. Just got to see how it unfolds.
We've had a healthy crowd here tonight to watch your heroics. They all want to hear that song. There's lots of Saints supporters here, so go and sing it. Enjoy.
Knock, knock.
Thank you very much to Jessie Wardlaw, and that's what the win has done for the Saints. They're back inside the top 8. We're about to hit parity again in the AFLW, where every team has played the same number of games. And with the St Kilda run coming up over the next 4 weeks, there's no such thing as an easy game in the AFLW, but a lot of the teams the Saints play over the next 4 weeks are in the bottom half of that ladder as well. So the Saints can really set up a run here for the finals, which will be played right across November, which will be here, Jess, very, very soon.
Cannot wait. It's going to be an exciting run home towards the finals, and we may see a couple of new teams in the top 8.
They'll reverberate this right around Kinetic Stadium tonight. The Saints victors over the Giants.
When muscle cramp.
All right, there we go, folks. There we go. It was the Saints by 34 points. They were just too strong overall in every aspect of the game, winning 3 quarters, of course, first, second, and the final quarter where they put on 1-2. And the Giants couldn't mount that comeback. They just put on 1 behind in that final term. We've had a look at the goal kickers. To wrap it up, we've had a look at the leading disposal getter on the ground, and we're just showing you through the team stats for the end of the game. So if you want to have a look a little bit more closer, just stick it on pause and have a little bit of a look at all the stats there from the team and the players. But it was another good match here. Of course, St Kilda very happy to win that game, and it puts them back instead for a run at the finals. Of course, I don't think this ladder has... Well, there we go. That's pretty as much live ladder as you get. St Kilda move up to 10th. GWS Giants to 11th. Hang on a minute. No, the Giants stay in 16th. There we go. There we go. But the Saints Oh, that was when the Giants were in front. That must have been really early on. All right, so that hasn't updated yet. So St Kilda will go on 7 games up to 16 points. That should jump them up into 7th or 8th position. Let me just see if this is up. There it is. There's the live ladder now. So St Kilda have jumped up into 7th spot now. Played 7, 4 wins, 3 losses. There we go. Not too bad. So they've still got other games to play during the week and over the weekend. Essendon West Coast still yet to play, but St Kilda picked up some good percentage there, about 16%. So that was pretty good for their effort. Now they're only a game out of the top 4, all depending on the rest of the results in the week to come. Who is going to be there? Anyway, it's going to be an exciting run home to the finals with about 4 matches to go for each side. Should be pretty good. But St Kilda now firmly in the top 8, running into 7th. And the poor old Giants down into 16th. They slipped down there with just 1 win and a draw. Of course, only Collingwood and the Gold Coast Suns are underneath them. But there we go. That is the... Yep. Joe, did you see the goals and disposals? I showed those just after the siren, after the final siren. So there we go. We did have a poll there tonight, and of course, I think the live chat here tonight, we got it right. 63% said St Kilda they thought would win this game tonight, and right you were. Well done, everybody in the chat, for your vote. You did well. I know it was a little bit of a toss-up who was going to win this game, who we thought was going to win this game coming into the match tonight, but the Saints were just way too strong. Kicking 3 goals in the first quarter, 3 goals in the second quarter, no goals in the third, and 1 in the fourth. And the Giants, well, they struggled tonight due to St Kilda's great defence. Great teamwork. There we go. Don't forget, tomorrow night, folks, AFLW action. It continues here on the channel. About 7:40 p.m. tomorrow night, we have another good match. We've got an exciting team in Adelaide playing, one of the top contenders. Let's have a look at Adelaide. Adelaide Crows, they take on Melbourne. Adelaide sitting 5th on the ladder at the moment. Played 6 games, won 5. Lost 1. They are definitely one of the danger sides in this competition this season. If they can win this, they're a good chance to move up into 2nd position, only a half a game behind the Kangaroos. And of course, they take on Melbourne. Melbourne down there with played 6. They've won 2, lost 4. They need a win if they are to keep their season alive. If they don't win tomorrow, I think that's pretty well a lights out for Melbourne's season this year. Being 2 games out already with such a low percentage, I find it could be a little bit difficult. Melbourne getting up over Adelaide tomorrow. Adelaide are a pretty good side there tomorrow, and of course Adelaide Crows go into that game at $1.13 favourites, short favourite, and the Demons $5.75 rank outsiders in that game tomorrow night. But just another fantastic night of football here at Kinetic Stadium down in Frankston in Victoria, where the weather was absolutely fantastic, but a little bit chilly, probably about around 5 or 6 degrees down there, down by the seaside. It's a great ground. There's a fantastic crowd in there this evening cheering on all the girls out there playing the AFLW match tonight. But there we go, folks. That's about all I've got for this. Thanks, everyone, for coming in. Thanks, Bianca. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Annie. Thanks, Eddie G. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Paul, for popping on in. Appreciate that. Harvey was in there. Good stuff. I said, Mr. T, thanks, brother. And enjoy just having a rest with a coffee there. And, of course, last but not least, I can't thank my manager enough. Thanks to name Bim Bim. The best manager anyone could want. Son of all. All right, folks. That is it. That is all. That is yibbity yibbita, folks. That's it. And until tomorrow night, 7:40 Melbourne time, where we'll bring you that next game. Adelaide Crows taking on Melbourne. Should be a ripper. All right, folks. Till next time, ciao for now. We'll see you at the next game.